new challenges fully approach Kamaria. She has to figure out ways to balance, becoming more assertive and extroverted in the situation that she's in while trying to do a positive and a good thing to leave the president without worries, for who's going to be taking over the club at some point, to also not have to burden him with taking up time and responsibility for handling this sort of stuff for the festival while he's supposed to be like prepping for his other stuff. She's trying to take a bunch of stuff on, trying to be a good person, and it might be a little too much for her. She might be struggling a little bit to ask for some hands and help here, or some advice from somebody else. Also, not knowing that she will be the president at some point that will be thrown on her soon. So she's not in the greatest of spots. It's not necessarily a heartbreak or romance in the sort of sense that we got with the other few arcs, at least at the beginning here, but more so in her just trying to be a person that other people can maybe not have to look at and be like, she's not capable of this. She can't do this. And she doesn't want to have to burden anybody else with things that she's been kind of left to be in charge of here. So it might be a lot. We also set some stuff up with the student council, who seemingly is going to be like an antagonist for us to go against as a collective, which is interesting, I guess. I don't know. I don't have too much to necessarily say on that front until they develop and explain them a little bit more. The one girl that we first talked to there, she was pretty cool. She was funny. The actual president, I don't know how much I'm gonna like her, but I guess we'll give her time to develop and see what we end up thinking. I hope things go over well. I don't know if they will. I'm assuming they will. We built a good supporting cast around her, so I think that we can, even if things end up getting bad. I hope we learn a little bit more about her too. Maybe her home life or some other stuff about like previous years and how she's been as like a person and stuff too. I think would be fun to pick up a little bit on and learn. So we'll see though. We'll see what they do. Hopefully you enjoy. If you like it all, like and subscribe on my feel free to stick around for the discussion on the comments of the series going with the 9th episode of Too Many Losing Heroines. Nice pumpkins. It's not what it is. Hello, new member. I've seen this before. Oh, they were gonna bait us. It actually happened. Huh. Who would have thunk? Everyone's just paying attention. I like her hair. I like when they have like it comes to a point. Yeah, wow. Red does not want to be seen with you. So bright. It's not even just sunshine, it's dazzling.
テレビで例えれば 4K ってすごいと思ってたら 8K が出てきたようなものか。遅いぞ、何やってた。I
had an interaction. Canon event.
いや、クラス何も声かけられて。
Aww. お、
そうだったな。おいしい。
Hell no, hell no. No. Classic. Oh, what a good one. You got yourself a good one. All the things she asked him to do. Your sister's capable of this? Holy shit.
この容器、俺が見つけたし、少しは俺を褒めてもいいんだぞ。
Beautiful touch, beautiful touch.
おお、俺も長男だし、本気出せばこんなもんだ。じゃ、お菓子はこれで決まりだな。あと、レシピと料理中の写真。うん、わかった。まとめとく。
That was productive.
その本は図書館で借りた。今日返さないといけないから。どうやってこんなに持ってきたんだよ。少しずつ。
It's been accumulating them. So you're just copying all the books that you get? Ah. See, that's the side I want to learn more of.
展示原稿の進み具合はどうだ？もう少しかかる。全部で4種類あるんだろ？一つくらい俺が担当するぞ。お前、武士の原稿できてないだろ。書け。はい、書きます。
Thank you, boss.
どうした？ちょっと。
What are we hiding from? Oh.
先輩たち3階の学習室にでもいたんじゃないかな。ほら、受験勉強で。私に気を使ってるだろ。
Very.
まあ、あんなとこ出くわしたから。
Actually have been since I met you.
気にしてない。二人付き合ってるから。手をつないだりは普通。
Very naturally.
学校でも二人いつも一緒だし、二人が一緒だったから隠れたわけじゃない。一学期、私もあの中にいたから。
Okay. Hold on. Maybe I'm buying that. Aw.
私、4月に入部して、二人とも仲良くしてくれて。クラス、友達いないから、たくさん構ってくれて。学校、
You're so cute.
こんな楽しいの初めてで。
I'm kind of losing it now.
戻っちゃった。月の木先輩、受験勉強の息抜きでいつでも相手してくれ。
I agree. But you don't want to trouble him with that.
わかってるけど、告白しなかったら、もう少し、3人。
You can't regret that though.
ツバブキ祭終わったら、先輩たちいなくなるから、一人で大丈夫にならない。
Look who's across from you. He'll hang out with you. Be a friend.
一人でできる。一人でしないと。
I do agree though. She has to get used to this regardless. You can't become reliant and too comfortable with something that has to change. Ah, again. In school, we're exposing like that. Okay, guess we're just letting everything out. Yeah, that's a lot, Lemon.
人前なんだからお腹は隠した方がいいぞ。
ミイラ男だからこんなもんだよ。
And that's the best part.
ひょっとして包帯の下に何もつけてないのか。
そうだけどなんか問題ある？だってちゃんと隠れてる。
The imagination. Yeah, let's.
ちょっとおいで。ほら男子、こんなことしたの。
This tracks. I mean, think back to the second episode. Her care for people seeing is not.
死体のコスプレ？
幽霊です。こんな健康的な
Goofiest ghost I've ever
健
seen.
康的な幽霊もいないだろう。おいヤナビ。練習始まるぞ。
はーい、今行くよ。
What are we training for? Hey. The fuck?
は新作か。ああ、でも今回は濡れ場はないですよ。先輩も空気読んでくれたみたいで。いつも空気読んでくれるといいんだが。あ、小まりちゃんは展示の原稿苦労してるみたいだな。はい、何度も手伝うって言ったんですけど。
She don't reach out.
大変よ。小まりちゃんが。大丈夫。
Oh,
ただ
okay.
の寝不足よ。心配ないわ。小まりちゃん。
Taking on too
君
much.
たちくらいの頃はいろいろあるよね。限界まで頑張ってみようって。私にも経験あるわ。その話聞きたい？
No, no, we're good. Yeah, we're good off you.
こんな状況になった。
バカめ、そっちはカリフラワーだ。
なんで寝てんだこいつ。
It's a lot. Aww. The only one, too.
この木先生が送ってくれたんだ。俺は
That's a warm welcome, yeah.
それもこの木先生が着替えさせた。
見たのか？
見てない。
あら、見てなかったの？残念。
先生、小さな子供もいるんですよ。
Well, everybody showed
姉
up.
さんは姉ちゃんの彼氏なんですか？
いや、違うけど。
じゃあ友達なんですか？
Yes.
お姉ちゃんと
No.
同じ部
Come
活なん
on.
で。
The first time.
はい、友達です。
We are?
ほら、姉ちゃんの友達だって怖くないぞ。
So this is what she meant, yeah. Aw.
姉ちゃんと一緒。
ああ、かわいいね。何このかわいい生き物。
Yeah, it's cute when they're that age and then they turn into her. So she does a lot at home is what I'm getting from this. Very different how they see her and how she acts in front of them than she does at school too.
を休めて続きは俺に。
最後まで最後まで私に書かせてほしい。
いつ完成する？
明日の朝までには。
I don't know
わかった。
about that.
出来上がり次第データを部のみんなに送ってくれ。
ごめん。
代わりに一つ約束してくれないか？
約束。
展示の原稿以外は俺たちに任せて。
Good.
明日は学校を休んで
Good.
体を休める。
Good.
それが小まりに任せる条件だ。
Yep.
でも明日は準備が。
ま、俺にも少しはいい格好をさせてくれ。
小まりちゃん、様子はどうだった？
一眠りしたら元気になったみたいです。
よかった。
How much they care for her too. That's so sweet.
来て楽しいようにって。
Mm-hmm.
文芸部があの子の居場所。
But pushing all this to show you that that might not be the case. It's like we gotta teach her a little bit. We gotta make sure she can learn.
小まりに強くなってほしいって。でもあいつ、二人が思っているよりもう少しだけ強いです。
Yeah. But she's still gotta experience some stuff to get the a better place. Rise and grind, gamer. You got a lot of work to do.
ぬっくん、
焼き塩。
力仕事なら私に任せてって言ったでしょ。
You're
焼き塩がいるんだ。
gonna wear yourself down.
ホームルームが終わってからって。
ヤナちゃんに聞いたんだよ。ぬっくんが一人でやろうとしてるって。
All right. Just as she needs to learn that she's not alone, you need to learn it too.
柳さん、なんで？
水臭くない？私たちも部員だし、こまりちゃんのこと心配してるんだよ。
Mm-hmm. They help in any
ぬっ
way.
くんまで一人で無理して。
Awesome.
無理はしてない
Awesome.
よ。やれるとこまでは俺がやろうかなって。
周りの力を借りるのもやれることの一つだよ。
私たちのこともお忘れじゃないかしら。
They did say you could use them.
俺たちにもできることがありそうだからな。
This is
夏休みにも世
awesome.
話になったし。
I love this.
展示の原稿を回していただきました。投稿中に一通り目を通したので、レイアウト案を作ったのですが。
目を通したって、あれ、ごまんじはあるんだけど。
はい、感激しました。書いた方の思いが詰まった素晴らしい内容でした。
What a team.
ほら、ぬくみずくんも。
おう。
You're not left out, brother. Perfect.
それじゃ
Right in the middle.
前日力を合わせていくぞ。おお。
You'll get it at some point. You'll be on pace with them.
カリスマコンサルよなみちゃんのお仕事は。
Power that shit in 3 bites. Holy shit. In like 3 seconds, too. Fun teamwork montage now. Stop. Stop sneaking them. Aww. Look at the thrilled. Excellent teamwork, a great creative idea,
本番が待ってるぞ。
and it's beautifully displayed. Awesome. Include her too. Perfect.
無事準備は終わった。完璧だ。
読んだことないけどタイトルからして可愛い話だな。
まあ割と。まずは主人公が家族をほっぽり出して女の人のいる飲み屋に行くんだけど、
なんか思ってたのと違う。
Yeah, that. I don't. Oh well done.
私畳の匂い好きなんだよね。ほら座って、1個あげるし一緒に食べようよ。
あ、俺にくれるの？つまり俺に食べ物をくれるってこと？
there's no fucking way. You not eat all of it. Also, half might be a stretch. Let's.
だけど改めて見るとすごいよね。
そうだな。ここまで立派な展示になるなんて。
It looks awesome.
こまりちゃんのラブレターだよね。
こまりの思い出とか感謝とか部長としての覚悟とか、そんな何もかもが詰まってるんじゃないかな。
こまりちゃんは先輩や文芸部をすごく大切にしてる。
First place you found
それだけ
potential belonging.
手放してもいいってどうにもならなくて、それでも抱えた気持ちを外に出したいから、こまりちゃんは書いて、レモンちゃんは走って、からちゃんと自分の気持ちを吐き出して、無理にでも区切りをつけて次の恋の準備をするの。
こまりに好きな男子でもできたのか？
さあね、こまりちゃん可愛いし、ぬくみずくんぼやぼやしてると先越されちゃうかもよ。
柳さんこそどうなんだ？ほら、新選組の格好をしてた男子、あいつ多分柳さんのこと。
ひょっとして焼いてる？
Mm.
マジで。
It feels that way.
私に彼氏できたらさ、
Right, right.
ぬくみずくん
Destroyed.
いいとこあるじゃん。
それ俺の。
What did you think was gonna happen, dude? The moment you put it down, you knew that was happening.
どうしたの？
柳さん、
ちょっと待って。ぬくみずくん、学園祭マジックにはまだ早い。
Hasn't even started. Hasn't even started.
そうじゃなくて、この木先生がビデオ撮ってるから変なこと言わないでくれないか？
はい。あ
Please fire her. Please fire her. Please get rid of her. Ugh. Amazing episode. Not that that's a surprise to anybody and hasn't been the case for the other 8, but it was fantastic. I love the focus not being primarily on maybe relationship building in like the romantic sense, but more on the ends of like friendship and building that up in your own trust and being able to allow other people to handle things and maybe not take too much on yourself. And while the romantic end, you might take things that burden you a little bit more, can kind of fill up a lot of time, distract you from the potential other things, you know, the rejection that Kamari had to go through, and even wanting to like put up and do these things for the purpose of other people. At least she's kind of claiming it and not wanting to be a letdown to a place that she views to be so important to her. It's awesome just seeing the different aspects, I think, that kind of unfolded throughout the episode, which is really, really wonderful to see. I'm very happy that we were able to get the sequence of all the people kind of coming together to help Nukumizu as he was the one setting up. He went from the person who was like advising her not to be in the situation that she was in and like rely on others to being the person who started to do exactly what she did and not rely on others. So having everybody else kind of step in and help, I think, is wonderful. And it shows, you know, one, he's not alone and that people are willing to do this stuff. And two, she has all these people who want to do things so that her vision can be fully successful and like be realized here. And I think that's such a beautiful thing for somebody who likely has gone all throughout life without really having that place. And then the moment that she finds it now in fear that it's going to be taken in away from her. So being able to have, you know, all these people who are at the same age or like under you in a way, just like coming in after you because you're going to be the president going forward is wonderful that they all care that much for you and want to do these things. It's a exact sort of scenario that she's in, where she cares for the two people above her and she really wants to make things, good and live on and be a positive like place where other people could find maybe something similar that she was able to here. And now having those people who maybe share that same vision and want to help her out as well and allow that vision to be realized in the bigger picture of things is such a wonderful thing. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm so happy that we were able to get it. Something about just bringing people together and the friendship, especially from characters that don't recognize or realize that. That's why like Nukumizu's like not recognizing the people who are friends, and even like not initially stating that him and Kamari were friends are kind of like upsetting to me. Like it's nothing he did wrong, but it's just you feel bad in a way for the guy. He just doesn't recognize or realize it, and Kamari's the exact same, like not realizing that people actually care for you and want to be friends and want to be around you and aren't being forcefully kind of put in a position that they are just due to their like being in the same grade or being in the same club or being friends by association with somebody else who through some other like sort of connection. So it's wonderful. Absolutely adored kind of every aspect of it. I don't have a bunch to say on the episode for like something structured like that, so we're just scroll through. This is great, just women falling out of the sky, of course, for him. I love how he like recognizes it in a way that it's directly seeing a character like or something from the light novel that would happen and being like, wait, I think I know what this is. And then it happens. He's like, holy shit, it was exactly that. This has happened before. She is a ball of sparkle and energy. Holy shit. Too much for me. Too bright. I'm assuming student council, maybe not, but I'm assuming at some level. Also, they were irrelevant throughout this. So the big cliffhanger setup at the end of the last episode, I guess, amounted to nothing up to this point. So I guess we'll just let it play out and see and see where we go. Maybe it was more of a hint towards like, you guys need to get your shit together or things are going to go bad when they leave. I don't know. But I guess we'll also see how others react in a way to seeing their display and everything that they created for this festival. So I don't know. Maybe they'll be important then. Yeah, she's too much. I love his 4 and 8K comparison, which is kind of crazy. Because that's an interesting one. Because I started saying like 1080 to... Because they could go like 720 to like 4K or 720 to like 1080 or something, or 1080 to 4K. They could just upgrade it to whatever way that they want. But at the same time, those are all like good quality. So I think the comparison's supposed to be like 4K, holy fuck, like crazy, but 8K's even crazier, whereas like 1080 is like good. It's not like crazy, but it's like it's good, So I think that's a fun comparison for them. Interactions are great as always throughout this. The noises and different voice acting from the different characters is also absolutely wonderful. I love her being like, your sister's capable of this, and he's like, yeah, but I like rubbed your shoulders and picked out the bags and did some other stuff. How much it amounts for? That's all she really wanted him to do anyway. So really fun though. She gets all these books. So I don't understand fully. Is she taking the books and like copying them so that she has them? Is that what she was saying? Or am I understanding this completely wrong? But she's taking a bunch of books. I'm assuming still looking for inspiration and things to kind of distract her, but also to like learn and help her with the writing that she's trying to do. On top of picking up books for her siblings that we later get to see, which is something I've been wanting to see what she meant by like her home life and what exactly that's like, what exactly her room's like a variety of questions to see how exactly it matches herself, in her own enclosed space versus when she's actually at school. Here is the president. Her entire thing is interesting. It's I'm the outsider now. I made the situation a little bit uncomfortable, but they're also like dating and in this thing, and I shouldn't be invading in that. And if I hadn't made this step and confessed and did everything I did, I could be still within that picture and still be with them, and things would all be good and well. But I ruined it because of that, and then now it makes her feel kind of bad, right? It's an interesting one because yeah, sure, you're not wrong, but at the same time, like, you would have regretted maybe never doing that if they weren't dating, and they probably would have never been pushed to actually be doing that or in the position that they are. So they lose out on happiness and stuff too, as a result of you not taking the actions and doing the things that you do. So I don't necessarily think, of course, that there's anything that's wrong with that. Talking about how much the club really means to her, which is a wonderful thing for us to see. And then also recognizing that I need to get used to not being with them. So also if she was there and they saw her, they'd probably invite her to be joining in. And she doesn't necessarily want that because she's trying to prepare for the worst, basically, which is not a wrong thing to do. It's something, of course, you're going to, and you're in a position where people have to graduate and get older, and of course, you're going to have to pass up time and everything here. But at the same time, it's. I think she's like overlooking she's too much focusing on the fact that they're leaving and she won't be with them, as opposed to like you're not going to be alone because you still have all these other people that you've surrounded yourself with. So maybe just lack of recognition on that, or just too much focus directly on how much these people have meant to you, that when you lose it, you think you'll have nothing. The outfits are great. All the guys, of course, just noticing what's going on there. Lemon in fucking saying like, holy shit, what a shot this one is. That's crazy. Shouldn't show your belly, right? And that's literally the best part. Why would we hide? Why would we hide that? Let the girl do what she wants. She's no stranger to this, you know? That second episode really showcased that she don't be caring. I love her ghost. And immediately think of that, like, there's something going on here, which is funny. And I love that we're able to bring such, like, a single moment back later. And for somebody who doesn't seem to, like, get maybe social cues and everything to, like, the strongest level, being able to pick up on immediately maybe how this person was reacting and what the stare actually kind of meant towards the end. And look who decided to get all fucked up because she's taken on way too much. I love everybody just passing up and not wanting to hear any of the stories. Look at her pout. So good. So let's come over. Even in her sleep, she's her same goofy self. Only one photo, lots of books, but only one photo, and the people that's the most important and closest to her. Love that. Why the fuck are you here? Notices here like that she's changed. Wait a minute. Love that. Everybody came over to look after her. Yeah, we're friends. We're definitely just friends. And even the sister comes in. Everybody feels the type of way. All of them looking on, of course, very concerned. This is the person who probably takes care of and looks after and stuff. And it showcases a lot of who exactly Kimari is, right? She is somebody who at school is afraid of those kind of, when she's at home and she's enclosed in her safe space, she doesn't have anybody necessarily to put her down, through the luxury too of having a lot of very young siblings. In comparison, she is somebody who no longer has to look to those around her like they're in a better position or doing things better than me, and these are people who probably need that person to rely on. So being able to be that person for them demonstrates a level of how kind of grown and capable she realistically is. And then when she gets to school, of course, you see all those around you, and then you start comparing, like, this person looks better than me, this person's capable of this thing, this person can outwardly speak and do all of this stuff, and that confidence and kind of encouragement you have to go out of your way and do these things and just be the person that maybe you want to be, you can't actually. So she's entirely different, the version of person that we know there versus the person that we know here. Also, these people are going to be way less judgmental, of course, towards her than anybody at school potentially would be. So even if she is still the same person in both places, it gets amplified so much more because they view her and put her more on that sort of pedestal. So she has to be that level of reliance for them. So she's constantly checking out books, she's doing things, reading to them, she's being like a very important figure within the life of them, and taking on so much. So now when we take on even more throughout school, things get worse and worse, and then completely fall apart, of course. And that's how she ends up in the state that she is. Like, seeing how much they idolize her by altering their hair and like trying to look like her and everything is fun. Even like the personality being similar, wondering if that's actually who they are, like a mimic of that, is interesting. And just pressing her for these answers of like what's going on and why she's acting out, like, and taking on too much more. But here, you can still do that. I still need you to do this, but at the same time, just trust in me that I can get this stuff done. And of course, she fully allows that. I love this scene so much because it showcases how much these people really care about her. It's not something for show. It's not something that, like, they're only doing it because they're obligated to in some sort of way. Like, the general relief on their face and like panic and worry when she ended up getting sick, or the panic when they end up coming back and wondering exactly how she is and how relieved they ended up being when they find out that she's okay, is such a great thing. I love showing up. She's able to submit it. you got to take the day off, but here we go. Let's all get to work. And everybody wants to help. One, because they're your friend and they don't want you to be left alone taking on all this work and struggling, but two, they care for her too and they want to see her vision come to life. And I think this is such a powerful moment, especially when these two show up, because they don't have to. And even when the older ones show up too, because it's like none of them have to. We could have just went Lemon and Yanami here, but instead we decide no, every single person, even those not in the club, show up here. I think it's so good. And I loved putting in the hands and not letting him be like the last one in on top or something like that, but putting him in the middle and letting him know that there's people like surrounding you on all sides and here for support. I think is so, so cool. Fun montage too of everybody setting things up. I love it. I love the sister showing up. I think that's great. And everything turns out great. We get to eat, we get to hang out. He rewards her a little bit here by letting her wear this. It's so cute. And it looks amazing. I love sending the picture, of course, being inclusive of her. It's such a unique and cool display, something that I feel like anime doesn't do. They're typically very boring with what they do, and then they form the story elsewhere, just like around the characters and stuff, and maybe not necessarily what they're setting up here. And I think this one is very relevant to what they're doing, and also the characters in suits to them a little bit more too. I think it's so cool. This end is really fun too, of him flipping things. Typically she's the one teasing him about these things and getting him all flustered. So when he he takes charge a little bit, it changes up completely, which I really like. And also just her general comparison of like what people do. She writes, she runs, yeah, you fucking eat. But everybody has their own thing. And they need to be able to do these things, experience stuff, and do what they can to get past this and be ready to be in that position to get to the point that they can love and find somebody else going forward. But even then, so these are all like really big and important things that you have to kind of let them take on in moderation, but still really important that they have their kind of safe spaces in a way, and those things that they can utilize to get them past it. Saying she already found someone? Who knows? Who knows? All getting hinted towards a little bit, because it's not necessarily like proven in any sort of way. Well, we've talked about before that Lemon has shown maybe the most interest in Nukumizu, but at the same time, like maybe not. It's the same thing with Kamari, where like there might be a general interest in him, but at the same time, it might not be to that sort of level. And he could just be utilized as like some sort of friend figure in this. So I'm really interested to see where the series as a whole goes in regards to him, if it's going to be over time turning into like harem, or if it's going to more so stay exactly like as we are now, and none of the girls end up turning and becoming interested in him, and they all just end up being like the best of friends, which could be a really fun, unique take on all of this. You'd be so heartbroken if I got a boyfriend teasing him a little bit about that guy. So sweet, eating his food, of course, and I love him just getting aggressive. Because this fucking perv is, of course, Feldman. Unbelievable. Awesome. Great episode. Love that. I'm so happy for it. And I'm thrilled to see what more we have. Hopefully everything's successful in the next episode, and hopefully student council ain't too much for us, because I'm assuming they'll come back up going forward. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you liked it, all the like and subscribe. That's my feel free to check out the channel and comments of this other series. I'll be back next episode for episode 10. You guys have a great one. Peace.